Hi, Anand. Good evening. Thank you for taking out your time, and then hi, Kuldeep.
Hey.
Would you like to introduce yourself just in a small sentence, please?
Sure. Anand Gokhale. Have been doing the business of setting up teams for a very long time. My recent work experience was with Walmart, and before that was with another healthcare organization. So the last 10 years has been just setting up teams in India.
Great.
Is that enough sentences? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely great. And Kuldeep, yourself?
Yeah, I have been a engineer for about 20 years now, in various technology stacks, and helped design and launch multiple products. Some of the time it has been with Anand, uh, and yes, right now we are trying to create uh, a service offering where we can bring some of our best practices that we've gathered over all of the years into building very strong engineering teams working out of India.
Yeah, and we've been in projects before where we have actually put code in production, which actually stayed in production for a very long time. Which is like how you and I worked together, and we were able to build like the 500-member team in like 7-8 months, and it kind of stayed there, right? So we still call that as an achievement, which is because of the way we work with people and the way we can do things at a good speed and be stable. Um, which reflects Panditry's core values as well, right? We will do things at speed, we'll be very passionate with our people, we'll try and innovate as much as possible, and everything else. But I'll let you talk about the next question. I don't want to answer all questions with one question.
Yeah. So we've been hearing a lot about global capability centers. We've been hearing that a lot of organizations are keen to set up their technology teams in India. How do you see that evolving? Very specific from an India point of view.
But before I answer that question, just for our viewers, Vamsee should also introduce himself.
Sure. So I've got about 19 years of experience in human resources. Most of my experience has been into talent acquisition, building teams for technology companies as well as product engineering companies.
All right, thanks. So, what's my view on global capability centers? So, a few decades back, people from the West came into India very specific on cost arbitrage. India was a cheap entity then, but it is no longer cost arbitrage. There is a huge talent pool, and we are also looking at creating verticals or creating ownership in India, which is probably the struggles that is going on right now. Is how do you create ownership with people? Because when they started, it was cost arbitrage. So you put people there, but 20 years, people have grown. People have learnt a lot. People know about the captives business. People are smart, of course. So creating that value propositions for the individuals is where the GCs are struggling right now, is what I would think. And as Panditry, we have a solution for that as well, which has worked in the previous engagements where we actually create very specific teams.
But yeah, so being an engineer, I have an engineer's take on this as well. So Anand did mention that GCCs have largely been about cost arbitrage, or the whole idea of an outsourced team in India was largely based on the cost arbitrage, not so much on the quality of the deliverable or the skill development that's there. But with the way technology has evolved, the way platforms have evolved, it is no longer the cost that is important. It is about the speed of delivery, the quality of delivery, and how much of ownership that can be run out of an independent team. So it is no longer an offshore team. It is just a team that is that has to be as capable as the rest of the organization, because the organization always moves at the speed of the slowest team. And our take on it is that we focus on the people, we focus on the engineering aspects of people, and engineering can never be done outside of people. And an engineering team is composed of people who should be passionate about engineering. So that is what we bring in to this whole mix, and that's how we believe GCC should be set up out of India.
Yeah, it is interesting how you say engineering cannot be taken out of people, because I think in the last 6 months or so when we have been ideating about this GCC, I think that has been Kuldeep's biggest learning, which he shared with me, saying that how much ever we want to be less people dependent, but the entire engineering is people based.
Yeah.
Because people are the
Absolutely.
ones who are actually delivering work for us. So, which is why some of the solutions that we are thinking of and what we would like to do is actually keep people as our center point who can create the value that you want to deliver from your GCCs. At the same time, provide the value for your teams, because that is important, or else people are just going to constantly move around.
Absolutely. Like we have a lot of talent available in India. We also have a lot of organizations which are looking for good talent in India.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities.
So a lot of opportunities,
Yes,
right? So
yes.
you've got to take care of it. Now, going back to my previous question, right? Why India when we talk about GCCs? Now, for me, I look at two aspects, right? So of course there is a lot of talent available, but one from an organization which is planning to start off something in India, there are two ways of two aspects of looking at things, right? One is about ease of operations, and second thing is availability or the expertise levels of talent or the technology which is available. Probably the technology piece, I would want some more insights from you, Kuldeep, about the availability of talent, A, and second thing is the availability of right set of people.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. So yes, I guess that's a very
Tricky question.
apt question, and it is front and center in most conversations with our customers as well. So you will never find a person who is an exact match for your role. Yes, there are great engineers, and every organization has a slightly different need of their team, of their business. So, if I take the question that you just put in about the availability of skilled people and just abstract it to a slightly higher level of just saying that what are their skill levels at core engineering work, say
Yeah.
programming languages, databases, algorithms, and today even understanding of AI. So yes, there are people who do have expertise in these, but their numbers are not as big as the overall talent pool that is available in India.
Yeah.
So expertise is difficult to hire and even more difficult to retain.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there is, just given the large size of the talent base that we have, proportionately the expertise is definitely higher than most markets. But the challenge of that is to keep these people motivated because these are people who have gone out of their day jobs to learn a lot of things. They have put in effort into their craft. So they need to be managed within an organization which respects their point of view, and I guess that's how we believe a team should be run.
Correct. I mean, there was, I would say, from a motivation point of view, there was a time where a lot of technology folks or a lot of talent used to look at the kind of benefits they get out of the organization.
Correct.
But today, individuals have moved away from it, and they look at the kind of contributions what they are doing to the larger picture, right?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Where are they sitting in the value chain?
And some of the softer aspects of the technology bit is like, how much can I learn?
Yeah.
How much is my organization willing to invest in my learning?
Yeah.
How can I actually create value for myself? These are all unsaid. You don't go into an interview and ask these questions, or at least I have not come from an era where we ask these questions, but it is always inherent in my system saying, how much am I learning? What is this going to give me?
Correct.
Will I become more sellable at some stage? But going back to why India, so